All right, here we are back again. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome everybody. I welcome everybody so they could open their mind to the truth. Now today we're reacting to, or we're giving our opinion, or basically it's just another point proving my point right about what I'm talking about, racism in America and Caucasian people. Here we go again. Now, this is the Cartier Family channel. Guys, these guys are amazing. They've been covering politics and themes like this for a long time. I feel like I love their channel. I love seeing their stuff. They've really talked and covered a lot of subjects like this that I really emphasize how good they've been covering all this. You guys really got to go over there and check it out. Subscribe if you like it. Like their video. They deserve all the credit, bro. They deserve. But I just want to show this video, and hopefully I could keep it short. So let me shut up. Let me shut up and start seeing what I'm talking about here, guys. Let me move this way. I'm sorry. But this is raw. All right, let me press right here because I don't want any mistakes to happen.
One of my colleagues earlier said, why are we afraid of the truth? Well, I'm not afraid of the truth, but about 90% of what I heard from my Democrat colleagues was untruthful as it relates to this.
Untruthful.
And I'll go through in minute detail.
Yeah, let's go.
So, for instance, it was alleged that this will get rid of black fraternities and black student unions. Well, that means you didn't read the bill, because in line 772, it says nothing in this section prohibits a state institution of higher education from complying with any state or federal law to provide disability services or to permit student organizations, including fraternities and sororities.
Oh, yeah.
It's right there in the text.
Right there.
Again,
Clear as day.
individuals said that this was going to whitewash history and our ancestry, right, and our past. It was going to suppress free speech in the classroom. We were going to dictate what subjects we couldn't talk about. I would simply say, look at line 768, where it literally says nothing in this section prohibits faculty or students from classroom instruction, discussion, or debate, as long as the faculty member allows the student to express intellectual diversity. Equity is just a closeted way of trying to put in quotas. That's all it is. If you believe that a room full of 100 people has to have 13 black members because that's the breakdown of society, and you only find 5 qualified candidates, how do you get to your 13-member quota?
How do you do it?
You have to drop the standard.
You have to drop the standard. Exactly. Now I'm gonna repeat this part because I want you guys to listen to this carefully and realize what he's saying. So you know what I'm telling you, the problem in America. So you know what's the problem clearly. Let's rewind that a little and let's pay attention. Pay attention closely, guys.
And you only find 5 qualified candidates.
Hold up.
How do you get to your 13-member quota? You have to drop the standard in order to get more minorities in the room. Well, what does that do for the 5 members that got there based off their merit? What does that do for me, who has a Juris Doctorate, my wife who has a master's degree and has served in corporate rooms for 20 years? What does that do for me, who was already in the room? What happens is the other 87 members look at all of us as though the reason we're present is because of the DEI policies. Facts. You diminish my presence there based off my merit.
Facts.
Wow. Because you want to try to provide for a phantom land where every boardroom, every university, every classroom, every chamber should represent equally the diversity of...
I like that, brother.
That was
there.
very well said.
Bro, I like him too. You feel me? Like, bro, the way he says it is all the way he says it. Could you explain that more clearly? Yes, he can. Because he has the patience that I don't have because I like yelling. I'm angry, bro. Like, that's exactly, and let me tell you what. Once again, let me emphasize that I'm Puerto Rican. I'm literally a victim of these systems. I'm literally a victim of all this. And you're literally calling us that you got to lower the standards for us. You're saying we're stupid. We're saying we cannot make it because we're too dumb to do it, to make the regular goal. Like, the goal is right here, and you're saying I can't make it there because I'm too stupid, so you gotta lower it for me? Dude, how is that not racist? How is that not racist? Bro, let's let them react to it. Let's see what they gotta say. I love these guys, bro.
That brother there. I love how he came with the facts, the receipts, and then spoke from the experience of a true educated black man.
You couldn't lay it
It's
out
all
no
merit,
better.
wife.
It's all merit.
With meritocracy.
He couldn't have said it no better, actually. Yeah, that
You couldn't say it any better, my brother.
He brought up
This
the
is in
bill.
Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah, my boy.
They got him and they got Vivek. Hey, they got some hitters out there in Ohio
They
now.
got some intelligence.
He didn't put himself on the map.
Yeah, shout out Josh,
It is
man.
crazy that the white liberals are the ones that's pushing that narrative to black people.
They're erasing your nigga history. Your history will be gone.
They said, hey, these
Don't do that.
These blacks ain't gonna read. We just gonna tell them what it said. I read it for you, brother. It says they finna take away your Jordans.
Fact. Fact.
It's literally damn near on that level.
That may be a dramatic exaggeration of
No,
what's
John,
going
It's a fact.
But that's kind of how it's playing out here. So we had a real educated brother go put his eye to the page, and he said, "Blasphemy, brother! Y'all are spreading lies."
Lies and
Shout out
fear.
to you, Josh Williams. I'm a fan.
Lies and
gotta
fear.
follow
That's what they do.
Nah, it is.
They-
I see why they say, it's mental slavery because they don't want you to have a different ideology. That's why they didn't want the slaves to read because they didn't want you to think no different. They didn't want you to have a different idea.
So you took it back deep right there. It's a history behind this.
Yeah.
That is literally why they didn't want
practice.
slaves to read. They only want you to think what you were told.
There's only one
now,
party.
They only think what you're told
and if you don't,
by them.
then you're a coon.
They said put a scary video over it, hire a couple rappers and entertainers, and tell the Negro he's in trouble.
He'll believe it.
And he will come out for you in droves.
He'll vote for you
Maybe
for
we can get him on the
200
channel,
years.
bro.
No, I was going to say that.
Maybe we can get him on
We
the
could
channel.
definitely get him on the channel.
That would be cool,
Not for nothing. That get me heated, bro.
I know what I believe.
Dude, that get me so heated because it's facts. They like to use, like I said, they like to use our skin color, our blood, our suffering for their righteousness, so they could seem like better than anybody, so they could be the white savior complex, when in reality they're like the white devil, bro. Like, these people just know how to be racist all their lives. They base everything on racism. No matter what side they are on, they're gonna use it for their benefits, bro. For them to be perceived as holy, be perceived as great, be perceived as look how merciful I am that I reduce the bar so you could get in, dude. Like, these people do not know how to not be racist. And that's why everybody says white people are racist, bro. Caucasian people are racist because they don't know how to treat me normal. Just treat me normal, bro. And as a Puerto Rican, suffering to this day in my island, being taken over by Caucasian white people, that's why I live here in America. Because, dude, you want to pay reparations? I'll put a link right there. If you white and you watching this, I'll give you a chance to pay reparations to me and my people. Go ahead. You could have your white savior complex with money. What is it gonna be enough? Probably not, but at least it'll help you feel better, no? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's all about you all the time. Even if you gotta use us. Let's keep going, bro.
DEI is. And I believe, truthfully, it is simply a way. Maybe we can get him on
We
the
could
channel.
definitely get him on the channel.
That would be cool,
That would be awesome.
Cool.
I know what I believe DEI is. And I believe, truthfully, it is simply a way the left is using the minority community, the black community, to get their agenda in.
Not only the black community.
That's what I believe. But don't let facts get in the way of my feelings. So let's just look.
Okay, all right. Let's take a look.
Black Enterprise magazine, a staple in the black community, wrote an article noting a study where nationwide, of all chief diversity officers in corporate America, how many of you think are black? 4%. 4%. 78% white. Well, let's look at the actual study that it cites. Right? You can come and see it by Zippa, looking at these professions.
All right.
76.1% white, 3.8% black.
Whoa.
So let's keep going.
Chief Diversity Officer.
In 2011, 3.78% of all chief diversity officers in the United States were black. 10 years later, in 2021, the time of this study, 3.78% was black.
Wow. It's damn near the
We
same.
had DEI policies the whole time.
Less.
We didn't gain a percentage point.
Damn.
We didn't gain a percentage point. But during that same time,
The blender, man.
white women gained more in that same study.
Of course,
How
it's
do we
white
know?
women.
Well, we can look at some other studies. Here's Forbes magazine, who actually, this is what the title is, who benefits from diversity and inclusion efforts? Well, let's see. It's cited, according to another McKinsey study, white women hold nearly 19% of all C-suite positions, while racial and ethnic minority women hold only 4%. Overall, white women have benefited disproportionately from corporate DEI policies. Don't let facts get in the way of your
Don't let
feelings.
facts.
Let's look.
Don't let facts get in the way of your feelings, especially you white women. Bro, that's exactly what I mean. These people like to use emotional manipulation. That's where the Karen came from. Have you ever seen a Karen that's not white Caucasian? Bro, they like to use extreme emotions. They like to weaponize. You know, the way I see it is that Caucasian people, like white people here in America, and not only in America, in a lot of parts of Europe that are highly Caucasian, they like to use, instead of colonizing and taking over and oppressing aggressively like they used to do, they found a new way. And that way is passive aggressiveness. So they became from aggressive to passive aggressive. So now they're doing the same thing. The same thing. They're still oppressing us. They're still using us like they used to use us. But now they're passive about it in a passive aggressive way. Still doing the same thing. Still using us, our blood, our suffering for their advantage. For their advantage, where they win. And they seem like they're helping, but they're not. And educate yourself in the history of Puerto Rico and how we ended up being an American colony and how we suffered through all this till this day. And I would say it hasn't stopped. They have not changed their ways. They just changed the way they approach it. Let's just keep watching, bro.
At Crimson, Harvard University. When we were studying diversity, equity, and inclusion in administration and the admissions process at universities, they went and asked white students whether or not they supported DEI.
White students.
Overwhelmingly, they said yes. But let's see why.
They don't want to be called racist.
White students at elite universities tend to view affirmative action favorably, most often because they believe diversity benefits them personally, according to the study published in the Harvard Graduate School of Education by Professor Natasha Warrico. Warrico interviewed almost 100 white students at Harvard, Brown, and Oxford. It was sometimes problematic because they saw affirmative action as something to benefit themselves, the white students, rather than a policy that was about justice or racial equality or access. Her research also demonstrated that white students typically believe they want admission on to their respective schools based on merit alone. By contrast, many white undergraduates said they believe Black and Latino students benefited from affirmative action, and that's why they were on campus.
Whoa.
See, all that did was reinforce racial stereotypes.
This was a very refreshing
He just dropped 40
video.
right
Dude, they're racist. They're racist no matter what. They don't know how to be normal. They don't know how to not be racist. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you run into a racist, openly racist white person in the street, you don't got to do much, because another racist white person that it's on the opposite side of that is going to come and defend you in their own racist way to fight. So it's white people fighting white people, making their own problems, using us. Constantly using us so they could cry for us, so they could benevolent themselves, so they could cry wolf when nothing's happening to them. It's us. And then they walk away with their head up proud and happy with themselves, because at the end of the day, it was all about them. For them to feel better, for them to feel non-guilty, for them, and it's just another form of racism. And I assure you that if there's somebody being openly racist, it's going to be a white person that's going to come up and say, you're being racist, and making the situation a lot worse for everybody. What the hell? Let's keep going. Let's see what they're going to react.
Watch.
Yeah, man. Shout out Josh Williams.
He came with
brother.
stats and studies from Harvard,
And
Brown, Oxford, the top schools.
And it's really interesting that people will still fight tooth and nail for this as if it's something that benefits us. And then I'm saying these white people view us unfavorably. They view us as people who are dumber than them.
They do.
But these
You need programs.
these programs that you fight for, these policies that you fight for are reinforcing their views.
You know what's funny?
Little buddy, you need help to get
Y'all know what's
this,
funny? We
man.
didn't have to go to Harvard or none of these schools, and we been knew this. We been knew this.
Shout out this brother right here.
Yeah, man. Josh Williams.
Facts.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Williams.
That is
You
somebody
Shout
you should
out,
look
man.
up to.
He's a JD. He got a law degree. He's a Juris Doctor.
That's somebody. That is somebody who I would like to be like. This is
made
not,
nothing
you
but
know.
sense.
I concur.
Not the people they put on CNN and cry every day. Not Ben Jones.
He got some of that
Yeah,
sauce.
he with a real.
He got some of that power.
They
That's
want to talk
two
for
real,
us instead of letting us
people
express and talk
stand for
ourselves
smart
how we
things.
feel.
Shout out Ohio.
They want to tell
Yeah,
us.
Ohio getting some
how-
stuff done over there.
They're the
man.
second best old state behind Oklahoma. I might be biased though.
What's the education?
They want to tell us how we should think. They want to tell us how we should feel. They want to tell us what we should be angry about. They want to induce fear on us so we could be scared and react according to what they want us to do, because we should be scared about certain things. They just want to control us, use our skin, use our minority status, use our suffering, use our oppression to oppress us. Just the same thing. It's never going to change. And you cannot tell me, you cannot claim reverse racism when it's always been. I wasn't like this. I wasn't born like this. I was oppressed to the point where I had no choice but to be like this. You understand? Because they're always going to see me different. They're always going to treat me different. They're always going to change their way they act around me. Either they're going to talk to me like I'm stupid, or they're going to treat me lowering the standards like I can't make it. They're going to, one way or another, they're just going to be openly about it, or they're going to wear a mask and pretend like they're not, but they still are, because they're doing these things that is, if your actions are going to change because of my race, that's racism. If you change anything you are and you treat me different in any way, whether positive or negative, because of my race, you're racism. Racist. That's it. That's it. And now I have no choice but to be skeptical of you, but to be fearful of you, but to keep you away, to not listen to you, to not want to have anything to do with you. And every time, I don't want you in my groups. I don't want you to speak for me. And if I see a group that is fighting for something, and I see a bunch of white people being the loudest, and no, then that's not something I'm for, because obviously, here we go again, it's the white agenda. The white agenda. For them to be them when it never affects them. It affects us, the people that work, the people that are holding the country together, the people that make less than 30K a year, the people that come from other countries, the people that obviously, as a Puerto Rican, I'm in a very strange place where I'm too white to be considered black, but I'm too black to be considered white. So, and since I'm an American citizen, I'm also not considered a Latino. So it's a very unique and strange place to be. Honestly. And I just hate it all. I hate it all. And I don't like, and I don't want it. They just pretend to be nice when at the end of the day, they're all just a bunch of racist white people that can't avoid being racist. And I'm not going to say 99% of sure that all of them are like this. There's got to be one or two. And I probably met a few, and they're usually like from the poor. They're usually poor, and they usually are very similar to our suffering. But at the end of the day, they'll always slip, and they'll always treat us different and have biases against us. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But like I said, guys, especially if you're a Caucasian, you want to pay some reparations, I'll put a link down there so you could pay some reparations, feel better with yourself for destroying my life, my island, and oppressing us one way or another, taking away everything we had, our beauty, buying our land piece by piece for you guys. Because at the end of the day, you live in the most privileged place in the world, and you are the most privileged people in the world, using us till this day to just be more privileged. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. Subscribe for more, because I'm not going to shut up anytime soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.